Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, StraightSmileSolutions.com, and today we're going to talk about consent forms, specifically open bite consent forms, and I am the queen of consent forms. Now, I know that all your patients should be signing an informed consent, which has really general things in it. I strongly recommend that if you see something that's a little bit one-off, out of the ordinary, from root resorption, anything that's already present, even if it's covered in that general informed consent form, you want to have an additional consent form that goes a little bit more into it. And I do have, oh my goodness, I might have easily 100 different consent forms. I have a lot of the most common ones that I use paperwork in my store on my website, StraightSmileSolutions.com. Go to store. Just the most common ones are there. But I have so much more. So many more documents. If you dream it, it exists. So if you work with me in my consulting business as any of our regular VIP, concierge, or premium clients, you get unlimited access to consent forms. Actually, I think it's just, that's fine, whatever. Any monthly one, you just tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. Normally, if you're just doing a la carte, or if you're just a regular doctor with questions, they are $20 per form, because we do take time to create them and edit them. So we appreciate that. If you're interested, you can purchase them through our store. If other ones that you want, you just email us and we'll send you the invoice. But in any case, yes, I do have an open bite one. I'm giving you a little taste of it right here. But I mean, dude, you can create your own too. You don't have to have ours. So, I mean, I have a really good video. If you go into my YouTube channel, which has over 3,000 videos, and put in open bite, there is one where I go over this blog, or you can go into my blogs on my website, which is under About Us, and then go to blogs and put in open bite. You'll get a lot of really great scripting as to the why behind the open bite. But basically, in a nutshell, I feel like every few days I have to kind of hammer this home with doctors, because they're always pitching me open bite cases, and I always go, okay, well, what caused it? And I don't know. Well, if you don't know what caused it, we can't fix it, because it's just going to relapse. I'm telling you, it's just going to relapse. And they're like, well, what happens if I put in a bonded retainer? It's still going to relapse, most likely, somewhat over time. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe, what if I do a bonded retainer and an Essex? It's still probably going to relapse, because if you don't treat the root cause of the open bite, which could be one of 10 plus different things. I mean, we've got past and present habits, we've got mouth breathing, we've got decreased nasal breathing causing more mouth breathing, we've got tongue thrusts, we've got so many different things. It could be skeletal, it could be not related to anything, So open bites are the most difficult thing to retain. They're very, very difficult. You have to find what caused it, treat that first or concurrently, depending on what it is. So for example, if it's a habit, you can put in a tongue crib. That's fine. If it's a tongue thrust, or you can put in a finger crib, slightly different shape for fingers and tongues. If it's mouth breathing, you might want to get a type of an appliance to work on mouth breathing first, as well as perhaps find the root cause of the mouth breathing, send them to ENT if needed, if they need surgery. They might also have OSA, so then you'd want to do an OSA screening and perhaps send them for treatment in that. You might want to bundle your ortho with OSA treatment, so that means they might go into an appliance afterwards. That's going to be a separate fee. You might want to bundle all that. There's so many different things. So you need to fix it. An OMT is also a great idea. I feel like so few people know what an OMT is, oral myofunctional or myofacial therapist. I think it's myofunctional. They do exist, and you can become licensed to be one if you are a dentist, a hygienist, a physical therapist, or a speech pathologist. I believe you can. I looked at the class. It's like 4 full days, and they have them both online and in person. It's a couple $1,000s, and I think there's a test. I don't think that's the only. I think that's the first step. I looked into it because I'm super fascinated by it, but the timing just didn't work. But it's definitely on my bucket list of things to do. I want to get certified as an OMT. But I never tried contacting them, and I never got any information as to how you actually take the test. That was the part that I never figured out. I knew the classwork was not a big deal. But anyways, I digress. Have an open bite consent form. Make no promises, basically what it comes down to. Make no promises on relapse. And yeah, that's pretty much it, But if that is their chief complaint, they got to know that this may not be able to be fixed permanently unless we really do a lot of extra work, extra exercises, perhaps find out what's causing it and treat that. All right, thanks so much. And it's a lot easier if the patient's growing, of course.